The filibuster was not an original part of the Senate. If anything, it was a mistake. We have many received wisdoms about the filibuster, and most of them turn out not to be true. The most persistent myth is probably about the Founding Fathers' constitutional vision for the Senate. That is, says that the filibuster and extended debate and deliberation were part of the framers' view, and cherishing of minority rights was part of the framers' intention of the Senate. Once we dig into early history of Congress, it seems the filibuster actually was probably accidental. House and Senate rule books in 1789 looked an awful lot alike. They both had, as Dick Baker mentioned this morning, a previous question motion. The House kept theirs, later turned it into a device for letting majorities rule. The Senate no longer has that rule. What happened to the Senate's previous question motion? It's 1805. Vice President Aaron Burr is presiding over the Senate. He has freshly been indicted for the murder of Alexander Hamilton, and he offers this advice to the Senate, and that doesn't stop the Senate from taking his advice. He says, you are a great deliberative body, but if you were a truly great Senate, you would have a cleaner rule book, and yours is a mess. And he points out there are lots of rules that do the same thing, and he singles out that previous question motion. Now, as I said, today we know the House uses that motion today to cut off debate by majority vote. But in 1805, when Burr is looking at the rules, neither chamber used the rule that way. Majorities were still sort of experimenting with it. And so when Aaron Burr said, get rid of that rule, they didn't think twice. The next year they cleaned their rule book. They dropped the motion from the Senate rule book. Why? Not because senators in 1806 sought to protect minority rights and extended debate. They got rid of the rule, as best we can tell, because Aaron Burr told them to. Once that rule was gone, senators still did not filibuster. But deletion of that rule made possible future filibusters because they no longer had the rule to turn to later when filibusters emerged in the 1830s.